Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay, and today we're going to talk about my low buy update for the month of January. So if you didn't see my first video, a little rundown. I'm planning a low buy for this year. My goal is that for fine fragrance mist, lotions, body care type of things, I need to finish 10 until I can buy one set, which is like a lotion and a mist. For makeup, I also have to finish or hit pan on 10 items before I can purchase one thing. So this is the first time I've ever done something like this. So it's kind of interesting learning how to do it. So for my body care things, I've used up 4 out of the 10 that I'll need in order to make a purchase. So I finished my raspberry jam donut and the body cream and the shower gel. We love this. This is so good. I have a lotion and another shower gel and still having the mist. So I'm gonna give this one a little bit of a break and come back to it, but that one is so good. Definitely one of the top scents. And I also finished up Frosted Coconut Snowball and the shower gel and the body cream as well. I've had this since last year and I was really glad to be able to finish it up because the kind of coconut in this, it really works better with the cooler temperatures. I tried to wear it in the summer once and it fell off. So really glad I finished it up this winter. As for makeup, I did finish up my primer, my Milani eye primer. This probably took me a little over a year to finish this up. So it is definitely worth its money and it's one of the best eye primers. I have another primer that I'm currently working on now, but this is really great. And then, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but I hit my very first pan and I have the ABH Glow Kit in the shade Summer. I've been using this since probably June or July of 2022 every single day in order to try to hit pan, and it is finally there. So definitely exciting and my very first pan in my collection, so I am very, very proud. Really like this highlighter. It is great. A lot of the colors in here are a little too dark for me, like the bronze and tourmaline. They're just a bit too dark for me, but these two, the Moonstone and Summer, I can definitely make work. Now I'm started using my very favorite highlighter, so maybe I can hit pan on that one too. That would be exciting. So all in all, for the body care, I have 4 out of the 10 that I need in order to buy a set. And for makeup, it's 2 out of 10 that I'll need in order to buy something. So with those odds, it's gonna be a while before I can purchase something, which is good. I just wanted to kind of go over some of my thoughts for the past month. And honestly, this hasn't been too hard for me yet. So whenever I would try to go on a no buy, I would do really good for maybe about 3 weeks, and then I would cave in to whatever stress I would have and just start buying things again. So with this, I haven't bought anything body hair wise or anything makeup wise. A couple times I did get tempted and I was very close to breaking it, but I was always just like, I don't need it. You know, what's the point in breaking it when I just really don't need it? This also kind of goes over to like perfume fragrance too. I'm not trying to buy that stuff until maybe I finish something. I don't have set rules on that, but I was tempted. I went to TJ Maxx a couple days ago or no, it wasn't TJ Maxx. It was like Marshalls. And I saw, some perfumes that were really interesting that are also like really affordable too. So really close to picking those up, but I'm really glad I stayed my guns and I didn't. My thoughts were that there's a couple reasons why this hasn't been hard so far. One reason is like I've been kind of rotating out my products. So doing the Shop My Stash and having like a bunch of different things I can use each month, it really kind of gives the variety. It's like, oh, I have all these new things now to use for a new month, and it makes it feel like I'm getting to play with new things, but really it's stuff I have and stuff that I enjoy using. But I don't know. I know that at one point it's going to get hard. I'm going to have a tough time, and I'm just kind of riding it out and really happy that it's been easy so far. I also wanted to go over a few things, other things that have actually like tempted me or maybe are on my wish list. The first thing I want to go over is back at the end of December, I was watching a video from Judy here on YouTube talking about Asia Korean beauty, like sparkly eyeshadow, and they are just beautiful. And so I went to Yes Style, I like filled up my cart, and they always get you because they're like always act like there's this big sale going on when in reality there's always some sort of sale going on, so it's not really anything that's special. And after I filled up my cart, I was just like, you know what? I have some Korean palettes that I really haven't touched much that have really great sparkles in them, and I don't have to just use a Korean palette in order to use the sparkles that I have. So like just kind of thinking about that, like thinking about things I already have and that I don't really need anything else. I have enough. And that's a really big factor in being able to know that you have enough stuff and you can use multiple palettes for one look. You don't just have to use one thing, and you can use all the sparkles you want. So I just kind of filled up my cart, looked at the total, and was like, I'm not buying this. And yeah, so there were some skincare things too that I was interested in this cart, but I have plenty of skincare and I just kind of want to use it until I get to like where I need to replenish that because I don't have it anymore. Another thing that came out earlier this year were the Odin's Eye multi-chrome eyeshadows. They're like single eyeshadows, multi-chrome. Odin's Eye is probably one of my favorite brands, and so I was definitely intrigued by these. What made me stop and be like, I don't need these, at least in this moment or maybe ever, are that I recently bought a couple palettes from Sugar Drizzle last year. One was the MILF palette and the other was like the Sugar Dreams palette. And I haven't gotten a lot of use out of them. Like I've used each one a couple times and actually have the Sugar Dreams one that I'm using more often right now. But I was just like, I already have these beautiful multi-chromes, duochromes, sparkly shadows in my collection. Like I just need to use them. I don't need any more right now. So even though they were really tempting from Odin's Eye, especially as my favorite brand, I know they make really great things. I didn't need it right now. Maybe with my one purchase, if that's what I want to get, I can get that. But you know, I'm good. Like I have enough. And Sugar Drizzle actually came out with a new palette too called the Trash Raccoon eyeshadow palette. And it was kind of the same deal with the Odin's Eye palette. It's just I have plenty of multi-chromes that I can play with at this time. I don't really need another multi-chrome palette right now. And then of course, Bath & Body Works coming out with everything they come out with. January was a little bit of a slower time for them, but the big like signature collection for Among the Clouds came out and I was interested in that. My first thought was like, oh, it probably smells a lot like cotton candy clouds or those kind of fragrances, but after watching reviews, it's been kind of mixed. Some people are like, it's really good. All of them seem to have the consensus that it doesn't smell like cotton candy clouds, which I think is good. Like they need to do something different. But it's been kind of mixed reviews. Some people really love it. Some people are like, yeah, whatever. I think it's definitely one that I want to try in store before I buy them. And that's another thing that I just want to do in general. There would be a lot of times I would just buy things online, never smelling them in store. I get them and they're not as great as I expected. And I think that will really help buying habits too. Just smelling it before you buy it. But it is also tricky because a lot of times in store, you could take it home and it smells better or it smells different because there's just a lot going on in the store. Or like if you spray it on just one of those like paper sprays, I feel like it doesn't smell the same as when it's on your skin or when you mix it with like lotion and the fine fragrance mist. But I still think it's better to get like a gist of it before you decide if this is what you want to buy. And in my situation, when I have to use up 10 things before I can buy like one set of something, I'm definitely going to smell everything so that I know exactly like this is what I want to use my purchase on. So I think that's definitely very useful. nothing else like super interesting that's already out. They had that one collection, like the Sunblooms and Suede, Fresh Coconut and Cotton, where it came out with those couple of collections that already had a couple things that were already released, like Pastel Skies, Cloud 9, Fresh Coconut and Cotton. I don't have Cloud 9, but I didn't really like it last year. I have Pastel Skies, Fresh Coconut and Cotton. The only one out of those couple of collections I was interested in was Sunblooms and Suede, but same kind of thing. I definitely need to try it out before I were to buy it. And then looking at like the things that are upcoming, there's definitely a lot of interesting fragrances that are up and coming, like the Golden Mango Lagoon sounds really good. I would love to smell like some mangoes, and Watermelon Mojito. But I also do have a couple watermelon fragrances that would be good to use and get great use out of before buying another watermelon fragrance. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know how your low buy, no buy, whatever your goals for this year are going, and what are some things that you've been interested in buying too. Leave them down below in the comments. Thank you so much. Take care.